What's up guys? Gordon here again. Today I'm going to show you guys some Midrange Hunter. This is a list I got from Kolento. You can go to Kolento's YouTube channel to check out how he plays the deck. But for my version of his deck, basically what I did was I took out a couple of the Flame Jugglers that he put in and replaced them with huge toads, just for the beast energy. And they're pretty similar. They both deal 1 damage to the enemy. The difference being, of course, the Flame Juggler has the Battle Cry, and it's a death rattle on a huge toad. So that could affect the playstyle a little bit. Maybe sometimes you would play Flame Juggler to deal 1 damage, whereas huge toad, you can't really control where that goes if it's your opponent's turn, for example. The rest of the deck is pretty similar. Basically, you got a lot of 1-drops here, more than the usual Midrange Hunter. You got Ardent Squire, as well as Abusive Sergeant. Less 2-drops, so you are relying more on drawing your huge toad. But your 3-drop are pretty strong in general. You got Animal Companion, or the Bow, or Unleash the Hounds. But this is also only a 1-of. You can use it to clear board or as just face damage if you need to. A Master Infested Wolf, 1 Kodo, which is used to take out maybe like a Doomsayer, or if you're lucky, maybe an Int Gang Boss or something of the sort. And of course, as the finishers, Highmane and Call of the Wild. And so, let's go ahead and hop into a game, see how we do with this deck. Kolento also runs 2 deadly shots in this deck, and I'm still experimenting with that. I'm not too sure if I like it or not. Oftentimes with Midrange Hunter, it's more about keeping in a constant pressure on the opponent, similar to Face Hunter in the sense that you want to be able to close out the game. It's not really your job to stall as much as it is to kind of use your hero power and pressure on the board to kind of, kill the opponent. Especially if they're a class like Rogue, where if you give them too much time, they start cycling with, Gadgets in and start building up their combo, and then before you know it, you're just gonna get wiped out by their Edwin and their Leroy. So you want to keep a pressure on them, so that you're the one who is applying the damage each turn. So that's kind of what I'm going to be going for right now. Just building a board so that we can start damaging his face. So we did draw the Deadly Shot here, and as you can see, it's not too good. Deadly Shot really shines when you face classes that use stealth minions. Maybe you can kill an opposing hunter's tiger, or it could even come in handy if the rogue decides to play is that SI? Into what? Nothing? Okay. That's a very good top deck. I was lucky. So it can even kill, say, a rogue's minion if it decides to do Gadgets in Cold Blood, and say Conceal. So right there, Deadly Shot was 3 mana, deal 3 damage. So it wasn't too great. But it was kind of necessary to kind of clear the board there. I didn't really want to give him the option to kill my Dire Wolf off. So here, looks like we will just play here. That's the Highmane. Now I have the option to either go face or trade here. I think I'm going to go face, just because he's going to want to make the trade to protect his face. So I'll be getting a bonus 3 damage here if he trades. Um, the best thing a rogue can do now is sap. Sap is extremely powerful. It basically gives him 4 mana's worth of tempo, because I spent 6 mana to play the high main. But he opts to go for the Vekler without the battle cry. It's interesting. Okay. What we can do here is go ahead and play the Toad, finish off the Freshman Vendor, and I'll Hero Power's face. I'll save the Dire Wolf for a little bit later, for when I have a bigger board, and or when I control the board better, so that he cannot just trade in his 2/2. Okay. He decides to draw 2. That's totally fine. It is correct to trade, otherwise called the wild. Allows this to trade into the Drake. Okay, backstab works too. Good play. It's unfortunate that that went face. If it hit either one of these, my would-be 3/2 could kill off one of them. As it is now, I'm not even going to trade at all. Or... Actually, I'll kill off the Drake, but not the Bran. He already played his Emperor Vekler, so I can't get punished through that battle cry. And I don't think he has any heal minions, except for possibly a Earthen Ring Farseer. I don't think he would have the Cult Apothecary, which would be a pretty big punish if he did have it. Right. That's pretty powerful. That does use up his whole turn though, which I'm not sure if he's fast enough. This is too slow of a card, it seems. Right. And yeah, that should be game. Cool. So yeah, this card was a bit too slow. It took up the entire turn to kill one minion. What he needed there was maybe like a backstab eviscerate, or maybe spell damage fan of knives. So Rogue is actually one of our better matchups. They tend to not be quick enough to be able to deal with the board and put consistent pressure on the Hunter. So, because Rogue usually needs some time to set up, right, with the Gadgetsians and the Azure Drakes and collecting the coins from 2 villagers. Shaman's a pretty tricky matchup. Though they're a lot more tricky if they have Trog turn 1. It's pretty lucky that he had merely Abusive Sergeant. So, he's gonna start rushing face pretty hard, wow. I do think I will coin the Animal Companion, try to get the... not the Huffer. I made the trade there so that his 1-drop doesn't trade into my 3-drop. Okay. That's pretty decent. Hopefully this Death Rattle takes out another 1 health minion. That'd be excellent. He's on 3 mana, hopefully he... oh, wow. It's pretty aggressive. He gets the Hunter hero power. Very aggressive. Um, so I will just trade in here. Goes face. It's not very lucky. But it's okay. He is officially out of cards now, so uh, okay. Well, tracking first, see what we can find. So I think this would be better as a Unleash the Hounds, either one of these. So I do think that after this game I will go change one of these to Unleash the Hounds. But yeah, this game is lost. A lot of times it's better to concede than to waste unnecessary energy to try and bring back a game, especially when the Shaman is so ahead. That was pretty brutal. Shaman had a lot of 1-drops, and before I could punish him for losing such huge card advantage, he was able to get the Hunter hero power and just rush me down. So I think 1 is enough. I do want to try a second Unleash the Hounds. Alternatives could be Desert Camel, with how many 1-drops I have. That can be pretty strong. Or Carrion Grub, which this turn 3 into Houndmaster turn 4 is incredibly strong. Makes it a 4/7 taunt. Otherwise, I could go for more 2-drops, such as King's Elect, or even Freezing Trap, because I have 2 bows. But I think I will try Unleash the Hounds for now, and we'll see how it goes. Alright. Druid. Druid's another tricky matchup. They tend to have a lot of taunts. So if I let the game go to late game, it's going to be pretty dangerous because he could have like Ancient of War maybe, or Emperor Vekler if he's skipping Druid. A lot of them run the Beast, Druid of the Claw. Alright, and I'm already starting to wonder if this was a mistake. This is very good against the likes of Zoo, or possibly Shaman, but against Druid, they tend to play big minions, so this is less useful. Okay, so I will just play Unleash the Hounds. I'm going to see if I can hit the Death Rattle onto the 2-1, but no dice. Basically, the reason I made the trade there is because Druid has a lot of removal, and if I don't trade, the Druid can use removal from hand, and then start building a really big board. And Contra doesn't have too many good comeback mechanisms. Uh, Usually the hunter has to kind of keep an advantage on the board against Druid. I'm not sure if he's AFK or BMing. AFK? Okay. Well, I will save the coin. I don't want to coin out the Kodo because not only do I not have a turn 5 play, I also want to be able to coin out the Call of the Wild because Call of the Wild is just so powerful. Usually I like coining out on turn 7, especially as a follow-up to the Savannah Jaime. So he is AFK. I'm not sure if I would have won that, but I'll take the star, I guess. Let's find one more, and yeah. Found another road. So I want to look for a 2-drop. Direwolf Alpha is fine. And I'm not too worried about finding a 3-drop. Okay, so our backup is just Hero Power Abusive. His best play right now is Coin SI. But I do have the Abusive as a backup to take care of the SI. And we found our Call to Wild. Alright, now he cannot have Fan of Knives. Please. Please don't. Okay, that's Evan. Or he just really wants to temple that out. Okay. Since we do have Call the Wild in hand, I don't think we can get value from the secondary effect of Quick Shot anytime soon. Might as well just use it as a Frostbolt. Or, maybe more accurately, Dark Bomb. So, Hounds combos pretty well with Abusive Sergeant, so I'm going to save it for that. I kind of want to top deck a Savannah Jaime, if at all possible. Looks like he's going to pass. It's unfortunate for him. But I think we're going to do the same thing. Hopefully not, though. Well, we're just trading hero powers now. Well, I am a little faster. A Toxin. It's pretty solid. Whatever I top deck, I can play. Oh. Because everything in my deck is 6 mana or less, except for the Kolento. Alright, good. He's still looking for cards to play. He's just cycling. Presumably he hasn't found his gadget stand yet, or he just doesn't want to play it without the preps in hand. He already played one, so there's our second unleash. So hopefully this is where we start taking the game away. If he fails to clear right now, we're gonna put a lot of pressure on him with the second call. That does look like a second eviscerate. And see if he can find the backstab for my pig. It's a no-go. So let's look at how much damage this is. That looks like lethal. Pretty good. So we skipped our turns 6 and 7, and we're still able to take it back with Call the Wilds. That's just how powerful the card is. It's basically a legendary spell. Yeah, we'll just stop it right there. I don't want to make the episode too long. And so that was Kolento's Midrange Hunter. Go ahead and check out his channel. He does a great job with it. An excellent deck. I'll go ahead and show it to you guys one more time. You guys can use this list if you want, or if you wanted to use Kolento's original list, you can go ahead and check out his channel. And yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. See you guys in the next one.